Hey, what is up, guys? And welcome back to another Magic the Gathering online challenge. We're back with Eldrazi Ramp on the play, not on the draw, for match 1, game 1. Let's take a look. We'll go E-Temp and pass. In case we draw into another soul land off top. We will hold, since we do have something that we can do. Lush Port, Surveil. Fledged to Yard, alright. And we'll draw Windswept Teeth. I'll play the Windswept Teeth and pass. We'll hold up the K command again, just on the off chance that it's relevant. Otherwise, we'll Surveil on end step. Roding Cat, fetch, 19. For what? Gala Shrine, Shock. Okay, I feel like maybe Samwise. Sterling Grove. Okay, so it looks like Enchantments then. I will fetch Windswept Teeth, Commercial District, Surveil, Talisman to Yard, and draw. Devourer. We'll play Cavern Souls, name Eldrazi, and cast Writhing Chrysalis. We'll pass in full. Next turn we can Devour Destiny to Sterling Grove, I'd imagine would be correct. We'll hold the off chance it's relevant. Because I imagine they try and go for a Solemnity Lock or something similar. So unless they play another Sterling Grove, we should be able to get rid of it. Or Chrysalis all the while. What say you, opponent? What else you got? Yeah, they go the Shroud route and just have 2 Sterling Groves. I guess we can just World Break, hit a land, call it a day. Either that or play another Chrysalis and try and beat them down before they can do much else. Hall of Heliod's Generosity. And Nevermore. Choose an online card name, can't be cast. Sure. Don't really care about that too much. What do you name? Choosing Sowing Mycospawn. Alright, that's fine. Another K command. I will shock in a Stomping Ground. I actually think I might start with World Breaker here rather than Devourer, because Devourer can hit creatures. We'll get rid of Grove. And then go to combat. Swing for 4. And we'll pass. Windswept Teeth. Windswept Teeth fetch down to 12. Right now we're presenting 9. We actually can win next turn with K command, X equals 3. Underground Mortuary. So they tap out, we just win, right? 9 lives. Whenever this enchantment leaves the battlefield, you lose the game. Well, opponent, I'm sorry to tell you. Well, I guess actually you're still fine. Source of damage would deal then 9. So I guess you have a turn. Another Chrysalis. Go to combat. So 2 on 9 lives. And then again, we'll just break her the 9 lives. United Battlefront, yes. Log top 7, put 2 non-creature, non-land permanent cards with mana value 3 or less among them onto the battlefield. Basically Coco for enchantments. There's Solemnity, have Shroud. Okay, so they have the Solemnity lock, sure. So you can't gain counters, and Nevermore is active. Okay. So in that case, other enchantments you control. Other enchantments, that's really important to read. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, I will not imprint. Let's again... Oh, I need to tap a little bit differently. We'll get rid of Aromancy. And it doesn't matter if I attack because you can't gain counters. Nope, so no reason to attack. Next turn we have Devourer. Malevolent Rumble finds another Sterling Grove. There's Sterling Grove. So I actually don't want to cast Devourer into Sterling Grove because of Hall of Heliod's Generosity. I guess it would only put it on top of their library. Well, this is mana neutral. So then I can... do this. You can crack it, but then you'll have to use the Hall of Heliod's Generosity. So now they have Greater Aromancy. Alright, we'll pass again. I can't do much there. And we'll pass 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if they play the Greater Aromancy, that's 2. Another Solemnity. So we can get rid of Sterling Grove and Yard now when they activate Hall of Heliod's Generosity. We'll play Ugin's Lab, and I'm going to ramp and scry draw 1. So this will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold up green. They have Sowing Mycospawn locked. I guess maybe it might be better for me to hold up double green then. Yeah, let's hold up green red and K command. There's Mycospawn. There is the Ice Till. So we don't need K return. We can't cast the Mycospawn. We did play a land for turn. There's Bajukabog, unfortunately. Would have liked that had I not played a land. Well, bottom, top, and no imprint. I'll then cast Ice Till. I'll play the Windswept Teeth, mill. And I will hold. In response, I will grab a forest, mill. Ugh, I like that Emrakul. I will scry draw and exile cards in yard and get rid of the Sterling Grove. I make sure, you know what, I'm gonna doubly make sure that I have targeted that Godforsaken card. Yes. Done. And done. Yield to all. Also, the fact that this does not sacrifice itself is relevant. Jeez. I didn't realize that. Okay. And pass. Draw. Problem is, Emrakul actually doesn't do anything right this instant. Now, does it? No, because unlike Sterling Grove, Greater Oromancy doesn't have the ability to sacrifice itself. So, in that case, I'll play the Windswept Teeth. I'm actually wondering if I even should go for the mill at this point, because I need Devourers. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So yeah, there's no reason for me to play that right now, I think. Is there benefit to doing so? Yeah, there's no ability for me to get rid of those as of this moment in time. I guess we could just Ghost Quarter lock them out, but I think I'll just pass here. Because we play 2 breakers. Another United Battlefront. You know, it'd be really good here. Game 2, Game 3, Fade from History. We also have a Nature's Claim on the side right now, too. So there's Nevermore. And what else do you get? Other Greater Oromancy. So they're fully in the lock. They named Allah's Dust. Yes. I guess my question now is, how do they plan on winning? Right? That's kind of where I'm at least. There's Devourer. Again, I can't really do too much here. Grab the forest. There's a Shifting Wood for what it's worth. Grab the Stomping Ground, tapped. For green. We'll just cast this at this point. Alright. Our turn, comrade. Let's take a peek. Phyrexian Unlife. You don't lose the game when you're at 0, 9 lives. There isn't really much that I can do with those. Now, is there? We'll pass in full. I'm just not sure how you win. Like, we theoretically just could go pass back and forth. Mm-hmm. Yep. So there actually is a way for me to get the World Breakers in the yard, but with 2 Greater Oromancies, it doesn't really matter, does it? I'm just curious how they win at this point. Like, how do you not just mill out? Wheel of Sun and Moon. Okay. Alright. I'll pass. Moto's having a moment. Like, do you just not mill out? Nevermore. Sure. I don't know what you name at this point. That's relevant. I guess I mill out before they do, don't I? Names fade from history in case I have it main, I suppose. Yeah, I guess I'm actually at fewer cards than them. So I guess I do mill out prior to, don't I? I guess I should have thought about that. I'll pitch the Myco spawns, so we can't play those anyways. I guess, what can I do here to get them to draw some additional cards? I suppose what I can do is K command them, 1, 2, 3, and Emrakul them. So I can get them below my current number of cards in deck, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I might be able to. Because I have 1 Emrakul left and 1 K command. Actually, it might not be enough now I think about it. So I don't want to play the Rumble for obvious reasons. We don't want to trigger the Sanctum. We actually don't want to play lands in general right now. Do they not have a win condition? They might not. They might just be relying on me either giving up or milling. In which case, I'm just going to chill. Mm-hmm. Oh, wait. How are you not... Oh! I understand now. If a card we put into an enchanted player's grave from anywhere instead... Oh... I see. Yep, I'll concede. I was like, wait, why is there library total not going down? And then I went, wait, something's happening that I'm not realizing. I thought it was from field. Okay, interesting. Oh, that is truly annoying. Well, we have Fade from history for a reason. Okay, return's not doing much. Gemstone. But Jukobog is semi-relevant. Countersoul's not so much. Craft Digger's Cage. Can't enter the battlefield. Can't cast spells. Those are kind of useless. So I might just bring in a Ghost Quarter, to be honest. A second one, just to try and Ghost Quarter them out. Okay, that makes more sense. Maybe Disruptor Flute? Disruptor Flute could be relevant for Greater Auramancy. Run it back like this, I think. Okay. Well, that's an annoying first deck to play against. And like I said, I was like, okay, just, I'll just mill them out. Like, I was pretty sure at the start when I had that thought that I had more cards in library than them. And then I was like, wait. I looked up for a moment there after pass going. I was like, wait, why is their number not getting smaller? Then I realized, oh, something's wrong. I'm not accounting for something, and I now understand what. So they must only play that after they have the lock in place, because then I can't interact with it. That makes sense. Okay. Annoying is what it is, but it makes sense. And right now, I guess it really does require, like, two things. I guess on Moto. In paper, it's a bit easier because, like, okay, we just pass draw ad nauseum, and it doesn't exactly take that much time. Versus here, you do have to actually be mindful of your chess clock, I suppose. On the play for game 2. This hand's slow unless I draw into something. I'm going to mulligan. Rumble's nice. Sire, Mycospawn. We'll go Mycospawn, pitch Sire, I think. Oh, actually, maybe pitching the Ghost Quarter might be right instead. We'll pitch the Ghost Quarter. Play Shifting Wood tapped and pass. Basically, we're going to try and cut him short on mana early. Run Tomb tapped and draw. We'll play Rumble, looking for a Soul Land. No Soul Land, unfortunately. I'll grab the Sanctum or the Devourer. I'm actually going to grab the Devourer here. That will be important for later. We'll pass and pass. You have Misty Rain. Plains. And Wheel of Sun. Draw. There's Mycospawn. So put into the graveyard from anywhere. It is notable that it says put into a graveyard. I'll fetch with Misty Rain. I will grab Stomping Ground Shock. And do I K-Command or Mycospawn here? Because kicking a Mycospawn seems appealing. I think I start with Myco, because that way we're guaranteed to be able to play the Devourer. We'll still be able to with the K-Command, mind you, but having a threat on board early is probably correct. There's a Thoughtseize. Thoughtseize is less than ideal, but fine. You can probably take a Devourer, but if that's all you do, then we'll kick a Mycospawn and rob you of lands. It does not get put into graveyard, which is notable. Chose the Devourer, makes sense. Burning Catacombs fetch. Wait. Malevolent Rumble. Shouldn't my Devour have gone to my graveyard? Did it go to the bottom of my deck? Am I crazy? There's Nevermore. Double white. Chooses Nevermore. Methinks my opponent chose the wrong player. Right? Am I crazy for thinking this? Casts Myco Spawn. I guess I could play this Talisman first. Cast Talisman. Kick Myco Spawn. Get rid of double white for Nevermore. I'm not sure if that was purposeful by opponent or not. That's my question. So I could go Ghost Quarter here. I could go Commercial Districts. If I Ghost Quarter them, might give them double white though, and I don't want that. I guess I could go after the plains and see how many basics they have. Let's go Ghost Quarter. And Ghost Quarter, target plains, and pass. Okay, so they did not have the second plains, so we'll be able to cast either Sire or K command here. There's Heliod's Hall. We draw 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we're currently short. Let's go to combat. Down to 6. Lethal's on board. I'm going to hold up the K command in case they're able to get a lock. I mean, all I need to do here is ramp and exile spawn, right? And I have lethal on board. Draw. Verdant Catacombs. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Fetch Verdant Cat for a forest. And 1, 2. And pass. Lethal damage. And Bone Scoops it up. Okay. Yeah, I do think they may... I'm not sure. Did they put Wheel of Sun and Moon onto the wrong person? Because I was definitely affected by it. And I know for a fact they weren't. Weird. Very weird. I guess, yeah, it does blank Ice Tail nerfs Emrakul, I suppose. I'd imagine then maybe they must play multiple copies of it, if that's the case. Either that, or they're just hoping that the time disparity between us would just end up with me losing the game regardless. I don't know. This is weird. We have some acceleration here. So we go Cavern of Souls, land, Talisman, land, Myco Spawn. I'll keep. Bottom Vulcan's down to 6. We have some acceleration. And pass. Draw. There's Iced. Okay, so we can Ghost Quarter lock them here. Talisman. And pass. Surveil. Draw. Breaker as well. Love to see that. In that case, I'm tempted to play the Ice Till here. So that way we can kick and go for Ghost Quarter. We know they have a basic plains. So, curious. So I think we go Shifting Woodland. We cast Ice Till. Ugin's Lab. We're gonna let the Ice Till mill first. In that case, do we want to imprint? I don't think I do. I'm gonna say no. And then I'll pass. Alright. What you got, opponent? Opponent is playing what? Nevermore. What are you naming with Nevermore? We named Soin Megaspawn. That would be a bit annoying, but not the end of the world. Alright, and we'll draw. I guess there was something to be said about imprinting, but we will play the lab. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll mill first. Talisman to yard, no imprint. So we have Nature's Claim for Nevermore if we need. We will kick. And we'll get rid of your green source. And then go with Ghost Quarter Mill. And then I will hit your land and go to combat. Hit you for 2. So we at least could go Sterling Grove, but we have Nature's Claim and Breaker at my disposal. There's Solemnity. We can get rid of that. No problem. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ghost Quarter number 1. Ghost Quarter. And we even go for World Breaker here. I don't really care about Solemnity right now, do I? I don't think I do. They fail to find, so then I can just go Writhing Chris, green, go to combat, swing all, down to 7, and we hold up Nature's Claim, and this should be the game, I imagine. You might have your Solemnity, some limited locks, but if you can't play cards, it doesn't matter much. Flooded Strand fetch down to 6. Lethal's on board. I guess it was already. Down to 4. And Sterling Grove. I'm going to say, do we want to get rid of Solemnity here? I mean, I think that's still fine. Okay, sure. You can't play 9 lives right now. And I suppose just Nature's Claiming this now is worth it. Actually, not even. No. Okay, we'll just untap. Once goes for a Ghost Quarter lock. And Ghost Quarter. And Ghost Quarter. Lethal's on board. Go to combat. Attack for 5. And lethal damage. Lethal damage. Alright. Well. Definitely a weird round 1, but I'll take the win. We'll be back for match number 2. Alright, we're back for match 2 on the play for game 1. Hand's kinda weird. I'll keep it. I'm looking for a soul land off top of this Devourer. Do I want to reveal 2 or just 1 here? I don't just want to reveal 1, because we have 8 hits. Yeah, 1 should be fine. Opponent's potentially playing Belcher, which means I need to get my Ghost Quarter loops on ASAP. Trigger. There's the temple I was looking for. Stomping Ground, tapped, and pass. So now I just need to find another soul land. Unfortunately, we hit 2, so then we only have 6 hits. And we're going to dig another 4 deep. Yeah, looks like Belcher. Draw. Temple. Rumble. Do you have a force? No force. There's a lab. Perfect. Love to see it. We'll pass. We're going to be able to kick and then Ghost Quarter. I will want to find an Ice Till here soon, though. Admittedly. Alright, we draw. No, Ice Till, unfortunately. I'll tuck Devourer. And we're going to go after the white source. And then we're going to go Ghost Quarter. And we'll Ghost Quarter you now. Set you back to the Stone Age, friend. Perfect, no basics main. I really do think... I wonder if it would be right for Belcher to play 1 basic main at this point. I feel like they get absolutely hosed otherwise. Draw. Shifting Woodland. I mean, in a pinch, we can go for another Ghost Quarter Shifting Wood. It's not ideal, but it is a thing we can do. So I'm going to play Talisman. We're going to Surveil, actually. Can I Surveil? I can't. Freaking Commercial District. I guess we can still thin, though. Yes, we'll do that. Go to combat. Come on, Ice Till. Wooded Foothills. Oh, not with Foothills. Lab. I'm going to crack the Wooded Foothills. And Forest. And draw. So I guess the question is now, is it better for me to keep him off of 3 or for me just to apply pressure on board with Devourer? Because I can go 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. I almost feel like it's better for me to just Ghost Quarter them again. Gives me more turns. Oh, I don't have the Lyrium yet, son of a... Never mind. Never mind, I don't have the Lyrium yet. And pass. Or rather, go to combat. Rude is what that is. But now I have 4 types in yard. Velagi. And they do find more lands, but they pick up a flare. Draw, sprawl. Pulling up bricks here. So, I mean, we can get rid of the Velagi, but I'm not sure if that matters right now. I think the Shifting Wood is probably the right call. For double green. Unless you want to flare that, be my guest. And then let's go to combat first. Down to 9. Down to 9. We can play Devour 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They would have to flare, which means I have lethal via the shifting. Yeah, I think that's probably right here. Next turn we have the shifting. I guess if we attack with the shifting, they may have blocked. The shifting's online. They bolt down to 6. There's the Char Belcher. We win, though. Thank you, Shifting Woodland. And go to combat, swing all, and that's lethal. Okay, glad I didn't go for the Ghost Quarter. So we're going to bring in the second Ghost Quarter, we're going to cut our K returns, we're going to bring Disruptor Flute in, and Vexing Bauble in. Unholy Heat also is relevant. Cut the Chrysalis. Cut a Rumble and cut Sire, I believe is what we determined here. Heat Bauble, Flute, and run it back. Yeah, in the grand scheme of things, may have been right instead of casting the Devour, just shifting Woodland that turn prior, but it worked out in the end, thankfully. I mean, yeah, we keep this. Do need some colored sources at some point, though. Looks more like a Tron hand than anything else. Okay, so there's our green source. Bauble and pass. And pass. So we can K command next turn. For X2. Seagate, Shock, Velagi. Fine. Suppression Field or Stern Scolding? Power 2 or less, Stern Scolding. Draw. There is Sprawl. I'm going to ramp Scrydraw here. And done. Sprawl bottom. I think Stomping Ground's bottom too, for that matter. Draw Heat. 2 types in Yard. I can make it 3 types. We'll hold the ability to respond with Flute, land tapped, and passing. They do have access to some counter magic now, admittedly. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I will hold K Command Flute and Heat. No attacks, obviously. Interesting. End step fetch. I'll go Stomping Ground Shock. And I'll fire off the K Command Ramp Scry Draw. Done. See what you got. They let it resolve. That's peculiar. So we have a Sowing Myco spawn next turn. Tempted to go Forest double green. We can go Myco spawn kick. Still have mana left over. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I mean, they have to have a consign in hand, right? And just let this K command through. There's no way in hell. I'm going to say bottom, bottom, top, and draw. 3 types in yard. We draw. Ooh, hello, Ghost Quarter. In that case, how do I want to proceed? See, I want to play the Ghost Quarter at the same time. I want to hold up this heat for next turn. Interesting. Because they had to have brought into a basic, so I think going the Ghost Quarter is probably incorrect. So let's go Forest. Kick the Myco. Hold up the red source. And kick. We're going to kick the Seagate Reborn. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 13. If they counter the body, we then have Heat online for Tameshi. We also have Flute at the ready, too. Consigned Memory. Yep, that's what we thought. Yield all. Like, yeah, we could have theoretically fluted Consign, but I'm not sure if that would have been right. Alright. Thundertrap Trainer resolves. Finds a Flare of Denial. Not that it does much right now unless you bolt it in. Yep. That is a bit annoying. I'll pass. No attacks. We will draw. I guess is Emrakul, like right now, we're not in a position where I think I can take advantage of their own hand is the problem that I'm seeing. Let's start with Sprawl for red. Does Sprawl resolve? It does. Does my Talisman resolve? It does. I'll play Ghost Quarter here. And I will against up. Do they have a whir? They do. So whir for 0 gets them a bloom. They have a flare in hand. I'm gonna have them draw. Do I want a Ghost Quarter now? Ghost Quarter Seagate now. They do choose to use the ability, so they have a basic island, not a mountain. That's good to note. They could have both, actually. I've seen that before. So how do you want to do this? If it's Tameshi, you would normally go white, blue, blue. Yep, so it's Tameshi. So we could flute Tameshi, but I think we're going to Unholy Heat instead. Make them use up some mana. So now in response, I'm going to heat. There's the flare out of hand. I mean, it comes down to this, right? Where we go flute. So it's going to be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So I just need a flute here to Meshi, I think. And then flute. So, Tameshi, Reality Architect. And then pass in full. I guess I should hold on the off chance. Opponent can attack for 1. If they were going for their turn here, we might just be able to Emrakul win. 2 Emrakuls, Jesus. Alright, let's go for it. 1, 2, 3. It's an Emrakul, friend. Do you have a consign to memory? Paying cost for Strict Serenade, so the body goes, but the trigger stays. Yeah, sacrifice the Lotus Bloom. Alright. What do you have in hand? Waterlogged Teaching, Stern Scolding, Jawari Disruption. So, what can I do with this? We draw. There's a sink. So we need to get rid of sink, right? We're gonna need to get rid of sink. So we can play sink. We also could sink Jawari. I want to get rid of this Waterlog Teaching as well. So I'm thinking if we go to main, if I were to play sink in the stupor, cast Waterlog Teaching, then Jawari Disruption, right? I think that would be correct. That leaves them with just the Stern Scolding. Otherwise, if I sink my flute, can I win this turn? No, they lack a white source, don't they? Yes, so I can't win this turn. So I think going sink, playing, and bolting would be correct. So play, bolt, cast Waterlog Teaching, blue, 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 blue. holding for Jawari, counter the Waterlog Teaching, yield to all, yield to all. I'll not pay the 1. Go to combat, attack with the trainer, and block with the bird. That leaves him with Stern Scolding, Tameshi, Falaji, and we'll pass and hold. Sink Tameshi. Oh, yeah, I guess we could have sunk Tameshi. Those Waterlog Teachings tapped. Waterlog Teachings tapped is the problem, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so we couldn't do that. We could have sunk Tameshi, but then we couldn't cast it and Jawari. Yeah. So I don't think that would have been an option. It also is return target spell, null and permanent, and opponent controls as well, which is relevant. Alright. So we know that the last card they have in hand right now is a Stubborn Denial. So we should be able to resolve this Emrakul no problem. I guess I could play the land to keep the spawn. Yeah. Alright, opponent. Our turn again, comrade. I'll attack for 2 in the air. Down to 6. There's the Stern Scolding. There's the Whir. So in that case, we will just cast Whir. And with Whir, I'll say for 0. And yep, we're going to say nope. We're going to attack him with Tameshi. And we'll block Tameshi of Emrakul. And we pass. I mean, the only thing they can draw into is a Belcher. Belcher wins them the game. They do not draw into the Belcher. We got there. Solid, solid win. Yeah, I think we sequenced that perfectly with the heat on Tameshi into the flute after. It forced them to hard cast the flare, and the only out they had at that point was either a Spell Snare or a Consign. I guess also the Strix Serenade. Does Strix Serenade say creature, planeswalker, or artifact? So they must have not had the Strix Serenade. Huh. But they Strix Serenade my Emrakul, right? So I guess they must have had the Strix Serenade for the flute. Am I crazy? How does this read? Its controller creates a 2/2 bird. Did they have it this entire time but not play it? So they consign the memory the Myco spawn, okay. He goes quarter. Okay, here's Tameshi. So they return a card for Tameshi. We then heat target Tameshi. They cast Flare. We cast Flute. We cast Emrakul. Then they cast Strix Serenade. So I guess they were really just wanting to hold for the Emrakul. I guess with 1 mana remaining, maybe they didn't have enough with the Lotus Blooms to go for Waterlog Teachings into to go Waterlog Actually, you know what happened? I just realized this. You want to know what happened? I think when they cast the Flare, they used the white source they had from the Lotus Bloom. So when that happened, well, then they still would have had they still would have had the Lotus Bloom though, right? It just wasn't on field. So yeah, I don't know what happened. They should have 1000% been able to Strix Serenade the flute. in which case then they would have been left with just the bloom. So they could have sacked the bloom, and I think at that point they had either 5 or 6. I think I played the 6th land for them, so I think they had 5 lands. So they had 5 lands, which means they would go 3 down to 2, up to 5. So that would be up to 5, down to 4, up to 7, down to 6, up to 9, down to 8, up to 11, down to 10, 13. So they've had 13 mana, which would have let them go into Waterlog Teachings for Whir. That would have then put them down to, what, 9? How much did I say? Oh, Jesus Christ. 3, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 11, so 7. Okay, so I guess if they had gone Waterlog Teachings the Whir, they could have then put the Belcher on board, but then that would have meant Emrakul could have taken control of their turn, and I could have won with their... Okay. So I see, even if they did stop the flute, I don't think it mattered. I think it would have just resulted in me being able to win the game with their own cards. So I guess that makes sense why they wanted to counter the body instead. Okay. I see it now. Regardless, we'll be back for match number 3. Alright, we're back for match 3 on the play for game 1. Oh, that's ugly. That Wooded Foothills. Curse you. Means I have to delay a turn. If this is Zoo, though, this Chrysalis is a house. Fine, we'll keep. I hate it, but we're here. I guess we can still go Wooded Foothills, Soul Land, Talisman, Sprawl. It's fine. It's not great. But supposedly our opponent's on Zoo. This Chrysalis is pretty good. The Micah Spawn's nice, especially following up on the Chrysalis, even if it's turn 3. On the play, it's a bit more palatable than if I was on the draw. Especially if our opponent will get down to 5, it feels a bit better. But like, if this was not a fetch, it'd be so much better. Not surveil. Dig for... Ooh. I'm gonna say no to all. Alright, in that case, Wooded Foothill fetch. For a Stomping Ground shock. We could surveil, but I think that's wrong. I think we need to just take a risk here. I mean, it's not horribly a risk. We play, what, 24 lands, 23, 22, 21. 21 hits off top right now. And we have a Talisman as well to help. So I just need a land. Best cards off the top, of course, are Soul Lands, which we have 8 hits off. So we have some decent odds here. That is, once our opponent passes back priority, apparently they are duo queuing. So we'll pause the recording real quick and return once we have priority. Alright, we're back. Stomping Ground, Shock, Sprawl for green, and pass, and pass. What say you, opponent? Opponent is Tinkin. They draw a card. Again, pretty sure my opponent's on Zoo, so we'd love to see a Soul Land for the Chrysalis here so we can get ahead of the Sign of Draco. 6 cards in hand, so they mulligan down to 5. Yeah, the downside of opponent duo queues, you're waiting a long time between plays. So we'll take a quick pause again once they have passed priority. Alright, opponents played a land, and passing, draw, K-return. Not what I wanted, but it's okay. A Stubborn Denial would suck here, though. Oh, don't do it. Don't you dare. Okay, thank God. But it does mean they're going to play a Sign of the Rocco here, so we really do need a land for this Chrysalis. Let's see the Sign of the Rocco, friend. This K-return can do some work, but we do have to put in some legwork to get it to go off. Yep, there's a Sign of the Rocco. We'll draw. Hey, look at that. So, he's a Chrysalis. Yield to all. And pass. And hold. Isakavu. It's a land. No attacks. Chrysalis doing what Chrysalis does best. Love it. So now we can kick MTGO. Yes. We have 2, 4, 5, 6. So yeah, I think I kick a MTGO here. So there is a thought to Rumble, but then we also have to play around a Stubborn Denial. So I think I just kick here. I should do this right though. Trigger 1. Unless they're playing Orange Champ, then we should always do this. So then we can get rid of the Triome. That'll shrink the Kavu. And then we can ideally ramp into the Devour to get rid of the Kavu the following turn. So, definitely Zoo we're playing against. Opponent's tinking. What you tinking about, opponent? If you had a Bolt, you already played it. I guess you could play a Leyline Binding. That would be quite unfortunate, admittedly. I guess if they did that, I might Rumble then. Try and find a land so I can go Mycospawn plus. That way I guarantee the Devour next turn. What are we thinking about it? Either that or they're not thinking, they're paying attention to their league match. Which seems to be the case. And kick the MTGO. Kick the Triome. Yield all. If you have the binding, you need to play it now. Looks like that might be the case. Nope, Lush Port. Alright, no binding. And I will go with an Eldrazi Temple. And we'll pass. No attacks. And pass. And there's a mountain. They attack the Kavu, we're not blocking. They don't though. We draw. A World Breaker, you say. This just keeps on getting better, eh? In that case, we're going to kick with another Mycospawn. We're going to kick the Lush Portico. Keeps him off of white and shrinks the Kavu by 2. They could be playing Consigned Memory Main, which is something to consider. So I am tempted to grab a Cavern of Souls. Yeah, that is a thought. And I guess if they had a Consign, they'd play it now. They could draw into it, but opponent will just scoop it up. We'll take the win. Yeah, Writhing Chrysalis, absolute house here. Alright. How are we sideboarding for Zoo again? Let's take a look. Eldrazi Ramp. Isa Zoo. Where the Zoo? So we cut out the Ice Tills and the Ghost Quarter package, bring in Heat, Fade, and Rumble. So Rumble, Ice Till, Ghost Quarter, bring in Heat and Fade, and run it back. Oh, I guess we also want the Nature's Claim, that's right. We did bring that in. We should probably bring in the Nature's Claim next game. Hand's a bit weird, but we can keep it. Do we tuck the Devour, tuck the Emrakul? We do have a Rumble, so that will help. Reveal Devourer, and pass in full. Well, we'll get down to 6. Bloodstrand fetch for a red source for Ragavan. That's probably the worst case scenario for me. Yeah, Ragavan do Ragavan things. I'd love to see it in Holy Heat then. No Unholy Heat, but we do find Fade. We have Shifting Woodlands. We have Commercial District. That's kind of awkward across the board. The Gemstone Cavern. Huh. What do I want here? I mean, Shifting Woodlands helps towards the Chrysalis. So does the Commercial District, of course. But we need to go Lab, Talisman. Guess we could go Commercial District, Surveil, Lab, Talisman, Sprawl, then Rumble. Yeah, that might be correct. We'll go Commercial District, draw. There's also the thought that we could draw into a untapped green source, though. What route do I want to go? We're going to go Lab, Imprint, I think. Imprint, Devour, Imprint, Emrakul. We're going to say Devourer, Talisman, pass, and pass. Alright, Ragavan, do your thing. So worst comes to worst, we go Commercial District, and then maybe Rumble instead of Talisman, or instead of Sprawl. Yeah, most likely. Ragavan will be able to Pilfer. They'll have 3 mana. They can't Charmaw yet. So we really do want to get this Chrysalis on board before this Charmaw hits, though. Is the only thing. Opponent will attack. Ragavan will Pilfer down to 18. What does Ragavan Pilfer? An Emrakul. That is fine. Triome and Scion. Alright, untapped green or red source. Go. That's not that. Alright, in that case, Commercial District, Survey. Actually, no, we want to Rumble first. We will Rumble first. Rumble. There is Stomping Ground, but I think I want to go for second Chrysalis. I mean, the worst case scenario, I suppose, is that they Leyline Binding my Talisman, absolutely breaking me, though, is my only concern. I think I still go for the Chrysalis. At the same time, it does add a type to Yard. Huh. Let's go Stomping Grounds, and then we're going to go Commercial District Surveil. Windswept Teeth to Yard. I actually should have put Windswept Teeth on top. Let the Ragavan take it, I suppose. Yeah, that would have been wouldn't have been a bad idea. Flage. Yep. Flage hits spawn or hits me. Hits the spawn. We'll sack the spawn. Then we have a Bajuka Bog for next turn. So again, Ragavan will Pilfer. Pilfer's what? Pilfer's a Talisman. That's fine. In that case, I will start with a Bajuka Bog. Target you, get rid of Flage. Flage down. And I will cast a Chrysalis. I don't want to play the Sprawl just in case they have a Stubborn Denial. I'm going to go Chrysalis here. Alright, we'll hold 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. One short. No attacks. Once again, Chrysalis being an absolute house here. So I will 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. I will Sprawl. I guess I don't need to do that if I play the Stomping Grounds here. Shock. Sprawl. You have a Stubborn Denial that you just want to play? Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We play the Breaker here. An attempt to get rid of the Sign of Draco. What say you, opponent? Do you have a Stubborn Denial burning a hole in your pocket? I feel like if they had consigned the turn prior, they would have consigned the body of Chrysalis. So unless they drew into consign, we should be solid here. Alright, we'll go for green, and then Breaker. I guess I must have drawn into consign. I also should have... I realized as soon as I did it, I should have sacked first, because then they wouldn't have consigned the Chrysalis trigger, and we still would have been able to block the Sign of Draco, so that's on me. Unfortunate. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, one short. No attacks. How do we want to proceed? Surveil. Yeah, it's going to cost me. I should have, again, should have done so, and for some reason I didn't think about it until it's too late. Another Flage, potentially. Leyline of the Guild Pact. We'll attack with Scion. Yes, I'll take it down to 4. I will draw. Sowing Myco. How do we want to proceed here? This is mana neutral. They're tapped down. I guess let's leave up a green-red source. Yeah, let's leave up a green-red source. I'm doing it again, but this time they are tapped down. And dig 4. Always yield. There's an Ugin Lab, there's a Heat, but the Heat's doing nothing. So I think we bottom all. Because we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12. Oh wait, hold on. 4, right, 4, 5, 6, 10, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12, top draw. No imprint. And stacks on the trigger. Or triggers on the stack, rather. Yield to all. And opponent scoops it up. Cool. Almost fumbled that, but thankfully worked out in the end. Alright, solid win against Zoo. Again, Writhing Chrysalis, absolute house into it. If Zoo continues to see an uptick in play rate, Chrysalis is definitely the way to go. But we'll be back for match number 4. Alright, we're back for match number 4 on the play for game 1. Yeah, it's a bit weird, but we keep it. I mean, it's a K command X 2 on 2, and potentially an Ice Till on 3. So we'll play Temple, we'll pass. And we'll hold. Ooh, hello. And draw another one. Temple. We're gonna K command X2 and hope to find a Myco spawn. What flavor of Eldrazi are we playing against, friend? Is it Eldrazi Ramp, Brood Scale, or Tron? So next turn we could play Ice Till if worse comes to the worst, but would really love to see a Myco spawn off top. Either that or a Ghost Quarter. I'll take a Ghost Quarter as well. We'd only be able to Ghost Quarter once, though, admittedly. Opponent's tinking. What you thinking about, opponent? Did you find a bad draw? Potentially. Because it doesn't look like they're duo queuing, so they could have stepped away from the keyboard for a moment. So we'll pause the recording real quick and be back once they've passed priority. Alright, opponent has passed priority, played an Ugin Lab trigger. That is an Airghast. Hello, friend. He's a talisman. Well, that leaves you a little bit vulnerable. So we're going to K command X equals 2. Show me a Ghost Quarter or a Myco spawn, please. Neither, so we're going to bottom, then draw an Emrakul, you say. I do like that. We draw. So in that case, again, we can do one of two things. I could Ice Till here. That is an option. We could do that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I think we might just want to have access to a K command X equals 4 on the off chance it's relevant. Do I tuck the Emrakul here? I mean, it seems like they could be primed for a Myco spawn, right? So if that's the case, do I want to do that? I guess I could have played a Forest. May have been a right choice. I will tuck the Emrakul, hold the K command. Yeah, worst case scenario is definitely a Myco spawn here. And we'll hold. They could K command here, X equals 1 if they need the 1 mana. If they do that, do I K command the spawn? Probably not. Or were they thinking they had enough for K command, maybe? Yeah, not the biggest fan of Airghast. We have a K command for X equals 6 next turn. So they do Myco spawn, kick the lab. It's not the end of the world. I'd say now if I played a Forest, they would kick 2, 3, 8, 10. $11. I guess we'd be short. Sprawl. Yep, it's fine. Chooses red. Makes sense when you're playing Airgast. Yeah, it looks like it kicked Myco. Targeting. I mean, they definitely go for the lab, I'd imagine. So, yep, going after the lab. Do I pick up the Emrakul? You can still K-command X equals 4 if I do. Otherwise, in K-command X equals 6, you'll have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So if I find another Emrakul, that would be good. I'll float resolve. I guess I should have waited until after they searched. Whoops. Mm-hmm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 7, or 5, 7, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, we would have been short by 2. So I am wondering if maybe playing the forest would have been better, because then if we found either a 7 of value spell or another temple off of the K command X5, we could have played the Emrakul this turn. That would have been tempting. Yeah, in retrospect, probably just playing the forest would have been right. I was thinking hard here on their land choice. But why? I imagine what they should do is they should pull a Sanctum of Ugin. So that way they can guarantee going into the Emrakul. Again, what I'd love to see from this K command is a Myco spawn, a World Breaker. I'll take a... I guess, yeah, I can still go Ghost Quarter. Be only one, though, and get rid of this Airgast. Another Emrakul would be good, because then we'll have 2, 4, 6, 12, 13. So we'll have the guaranteed Emrakul if we see it. Use a temple. Interesting. That resolves. That resolves. And we're going to go 6 deep. And go digging. There's the Myco. There's a Rumble. Don't need Devourer right now. So Devour does get rid of Sprawl. How much mana do I have available to me? So I'm going to be able to go 10. So yeah, 10, 11. 11 minus 4 would be 7. So I could kick Myco Spawn and play Devourer. But that mean I wouldn't go for a Ghost Quarter, so I don't think I'd go for a Devourer. I think we probably go top, draw. And we pass. So now we're going to go for a forest. Actually, can I play Ice Till? If I play a Talisman, 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I don't think I can. Because we have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 minus 1 would be 10. 10 minus 4 would be 6. Plus 1 would be 7. Oh. No, I think we can make this work. Hold on. So we have 6. Yeah. So 6, 10, 11, 9, 10, 6. Yeah. So we will go sack, sack. I guess the one downside here is I'll have to play a land, right? Yeah, I'll have to play a land to be able to go Ice Till Plus. So is that worth it? Because then we don't get the Ghost Quarter, I suppose. I guess we could Rumble first. Rumble first, then Myco, rather than Ice Till, because then we leave Ice Till open to the Devourer, I suppose. I suppose. I'm going to kick the Myco spawn here. I'll just start there. Kick. Goodbye, Airghast. And I want to do this before we Rumble. So we're going to go Ghost Quarter. And then I will Ghost Quarter this now. Get rid of double red. And then play Talisman. And cast Rumble. Another Soin Myco spawn. We'll grab the Soin Myco spawn. And I will pass. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Currently short on the Emrakul. Next turn I'll be able to start Ghost Quarter looping. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can kick a land, then Ghost Quarter. So that's 7. Could be a Sire, could be a Devourer. 3 cards in hand. So we can kick Myco spawn Ghost Quarter once. Yeah? Play Windswept Teeth. Kick Myco. Well, actually, could we... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, we can actually Ghost Quarter twice. That looks to be a Rumble. Or not. Because they definitely can't Airgas this turn. Unless they have a Talisman, I suppose. Or Utopia Sprawl. Talisman Sprawl would do it. Yeah, next turn we will be able to kick a Myco spawn and Ghost Quarter them twice. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, only downside of doing that, it is possible that we might get K commanded. We'll have to wait and see, I suppose. I guess the next question is, do I get rid of the forest or the temple? I think the temples are correct. Get rid of the temples. Opponent's tinkin' hard. Either that or hardly tinkin'. Paying cost for 6. K command X4 ramp scry draw. Interesting. Why go X equals 4 there? I mean, I guess they can try and dig for another Myco. That's a possibility. That would be a bit annoying if they go that route, admittedly. Because then they'd be able to kick and also Bajuka Bog out my Ghost Quarter. If they run Bajuka Bog, that is. Thinking hard here, once again, on these four. They also theoretically, if they do have an Airghast in hand, be able to go either Talisman into a merge or Sprawl into a merge. Actually, no, I guess they can't Sprawl into a merge. They can only Talisman into a merge right now. What are we thinking here? There'll also be 2 types in yard. 2, 4. Do have to worry about them just hard casting an Emrakul now, actually. Because 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12. Yeah, they'd be 1 short after I kick and Ghost Quarter. I guess if I double Ghost Quarter now, they would be further down because I'll be able to kick, double Ghost Quarter, leaving them with 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, it'd still be short 1, yeah. Damn. Goes 4, 7, 8, 12. Ugh, bit rough. In that case, 0 top, 4 bottom draw. There's a Talisman. Green Rumble. They have their own Ice Till and then a World Break. They have 1 card in hand, 1 unknown card. If you pick up the World Break, then I think I just go full in on the Ghost Quarter route. What say you, opponent? Chooses Ice Till. How many types do you have in yard? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So no matter what I do, I don't think I'll be able to get them below. Okay, that can help. That can help. So let's do this. Get rid of a temple. Temple down. And then we could Bajuka Bog. But then we would only be able to Ghost Quarter once. So then if we do that, that leaves them with 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10. I think that might be the right call then. Though I guess I should have done this after the Ice Till if that's the case. Damn. Okay. We'll Bajuka Bog, target you, yield all. Yeah, I did mess up a little bit there then. I missequenced. Play a Stomping Ground Shock. Bit of a missequence. So I'll grab Ghost Quarter, mill a card, always yield. There's a World Breaker. That's not bad. So 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 11. So in that case, I might hold this Ghost Quarter. 3 cards in hand. Yeah, should have iced first, then kicked Bojuka Bog. That way I could have kept the temple out of yard, so even if they play the ice still wouldn't have mattered. So a bit of a missequence on my part, was not thinking. Initially I wasn't thinking about even going for the Bojuka Bog, I was thinking going double Ghost Quarter instead, but as I thought about it more, the Bojuka Bog was right. Keeping the Ghost Quarter out of yard as well is not necessarily bad. It avoids them Bojuka Bogging it or K commanding it. Because they need specifically Temple Emrakul here. So that is 7. Let's say Devour or a World Breaker. Could also be another K command. World Breaker targets. They could target my Ghost Quarter, but they'll go for my Temple. That's fine. Alright. And then play Ice Till. Yes, looks like it. They did have a land. They'll mill. Yield to all. K command and yard. And okay. This still looks fine to me. So from here, what do we want to do? We can Ghost Quarter twice. Right now they have 2 types in yard. So Ghost Quarter, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we'd be able to exile the Ice Till. Yeah, let's do that. So, pop. They mill. Ice Till mill. Ghost Quarter again. They mill. There's an Emrakul. And then I can Ghost Quarter now a 3rd time. Mill my Emrakul. I will get rid of an lab or a forest. We'll get rid of a forest here. They have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I will K command scry, draw, exile the Ice Till. And done. So Ice Till down. They're shifting woodland. Honestly, I'm not sure if the Shifting Wood is the best card here right now. We'll put it on top, though, and we'll pass. No attacks. And pass. So we're going to be able to get rid of all their lands shortly. They'll attack. I'll take the 5. Down to 10. They have a Ghost Core of their own. Doesn't do too much about their Ice Till. That's fine. Yep, take out my temple. Grab a forest. But you should be more or less out of lands here. So Ghost Quarter. Forest. I want to get them below, I guess, as few as possible. I'm trying to think what the right play here is. I'll play Shifting Wood. Right now they're at 4. Like, right now the main concern, of course, is them playing an Airghast. So I'm going to sprawl for red. And then I guess Shifting Woodland here. So we can set up for lethal next turn. I'm gonna go to combat, swing and swing. Play the Shifting Woodland and mill, and then pass. Combat. Shifting Woodland, target Emrakul. You go to blocks, and opponent scoops it up. Okay. Definitely could have sequenced a bit better, but ended up getting there in the end. I think there's a few things I could have sequenced differently. So Ghost Quarter in, Counter Souls out, K Return out, Unholy Heat in. I'm also thinking we are going to want Malevolent Rumble out, Flutes in, and probably trimming on either a Chrysalis or an Emrakul. I'm going to say Chrysalis here. And run it back. Yeah, it looks correct. Don't think Nature Claim does too much here. And kind of want the Emrakul if we can help it. But yeah, I think just from the start, playing the Forest instead of the Lab for Emrakul probably would have been better. Just that way we could have had the Emrakul in hand and potentially played if we drew into a 7-mana value spell. I think that could have been pretty game-changing. Another Ice Till Myco spawn. So we're looking for a Talisman, right? Talisman or a Utopia Sprawl. But we'll get down to 6. I'll keep. If we can get the Ghost Quarter loops early, we should be able to stop them from doing air gas shenanigans. What say you, opponent? They mulligan on the 5. I will reveal Devourer and pass in full. Reveals a Temple and passes trigger, looking for Talisman or Sprawl. We find our Ghost Quarter. That's a little bit unfortunate. We could get rid of Ghost Quarter. We could play Ghost Quarter, but that's not really great. I think we go Myco Spawn then. Huh. Could also go Misty Rain, but I think Myco Spawn might be right. I will. I think let's play Temple and pass. And pass. Love to see K command. But as a forest, you have a Rumble. And Rumble or Sprawl. Looks like a Rumble to me. So potential kick Myco Spawn, which is problematic. Would set us back pretty significantly. At least that would be my guess. Nope, Talisman. I guess it still could be if they do find another soul land. Second Ice Till. Well, I think we play the Lab then, tuck the Devourer, and hope that we can play the Myco Spawn non-kicked here. Slow start from opponent. Rumble. Whiffs on 2K commands. Imagine takes the Ice Till. Yep, so Ice Till in hand. Plays Lab. Imprint or no imprint? No imprint. Rumble again. I imagine takes the Talisman or the Lab. I imagine the Talisman, you can play the Talisman. Well, I guess the Talisman does add a type to Yard, which is relevant right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Choose the Talisman. I am tempted to Bajuka Bog here. There's the Talisman. Draw. Forest. In that case, yeah. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. They have an Ice Till, so they'd be able to dig a bit deeper on top of which, then 2 unknowns. So I will cast un Miko Spawn. Because going for the Ghost Quarter here really doesn't do too much when they can just grab the land back anyways. And pass and full. Next turn we can kick a Micah Spawn and then pull up the Ghost Quarter. And there's the Ice Till. Do you have a land? You have a land, you'll mill. Rumble to Yard. And draw. Alright. So what can we do here? We currently have 6. So 7 down to 6. And kick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, I will kick. You have double red, double green. So let's get rid of the temple then. Yield all. I still do want the Ghost Quarter after I get rid of the Ice Till, though. So grab Ghost Quarter and pass in full. Ideally, next turn we'll be able to devour the Ice Till and then Ghost Quarter. Wooded Foothills Mill, Sprawl to Yard, Fetch 17, Stomping Ground Shock 15 mil, Air Gas to Yard, Wooded Foothill Ice Till Mill, Forest in Yard. 2 cards left in hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Draw. Play the Temple. Return to the Devourer. Cast Devourer. Actually, how much mana do I have? 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9. 9 minus 4 would be 5, so no. I was thinking whether or not I could play the Ice Till, but I unfortunately cannot. So Ice Till down. And we've seen 2 forests so far. Yeah, so they still have a third. Go to combat. Swing for 6. Wooded Foothills fetch down to 8. Surveil lands. They still have a forest left in deck, most likely. Yes. And keeps it on top. In that case, let's go to upkeep. Paying cost for a K command. I mean, they still kept it on top, so I'm going to Ghost Quarter now, and we'll just get rid of... I don't think a color source matters this immediate instance, so let's get rid of Stomping Ground. Chooses to use the ability, shuffles away what was on top, makes 4, and then digs. So they definitely have enough for Emrakul now, which is a bit of trouble, but not the end of the world, I suppose. They would be able to Ghost Quarter me twice next turn and fail to find, which is a bit frustrating. But actually, that doesn't really do much if I have the ice still on board. 2 top, 2 bottom, and draw. Pass. 2. Or not. Ghost Quarter. Ghost Quarter is fine. Yes. I'll grab my last forest. And then Myco Spawn. Ice Till. You can Ghost Quarter again, that's also okay. It does cut me short on a land, admittedly. Yep. And fail to find. And draw Chrysalis. So let's see here. I will start with Ice Till. The Ghost Quarter doesn't mean too much to me right now. We'll mill. Unholy Heat. Rude is what that is, but fine. I have another one where that came from, but I will cast Chrysalis for right now. And then go to combat. Attack with all. Down to 5, and we'll pass. So you can do Ghost Quarter shenanigans again if you want. I'll say no. Another Ghost Quarter. And passing, we draw. Isamiko Spawn. Alright then. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. Minus 3 would be 5. So we can definitely play the Ice Till again. We could kick a land. I guess I should go trigger 1. Kick 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess 5. Trigger 2. I will kick your Stomping Ground. Yield all. Stomping Ground gone. Shedging Woodland's not doing too much. We'll just get hit again. So I think I'll just go with, I don't know, a lab? We'll then play a lab, play the Ice Till, call it a day. Yep, go lab. Yield to all. No imprint. Play lab. No imprint. Cast Ice Till. And I suppose we'll just play a Ghost Quarter. Go to combat. Swing with all. Alrighty. Then go to their upkeep prior to Ghost Quartering. Ghost Quarter, target you, and pass. I guess that lets them surveil. I guess I should have hit something else. Yeah. And opponent scoops it up. Alright. Solid win against Eldrazi Ramp. We'll be back for match 5. Alright, and we're back for match 5 on the draw for game 1. Hand was hot garbage. This hand's more palatable. I mean, 8 hits off the top for a soul land. I guess the question is whether or not I want to hold the Verdant Catacombs. This one's kind of weird, right? Because we definitely want Forest. We want Sprawl. And then if I find a soul land, we definitely want the K command, Mega Spawn, or Explorer. But we can't keep all 3 unless we pitch the Catacombs. But pitching the Catacombs feels a bit risky. Because we draw into, let's say, another Sprawl or Talisman, we're going to want that Catacombs. So I think we pitch the Ice Till here, knowing that our opponent might be on Zoo. Yeah, I'll pitch the Ice Till, and done. Opponent has a pregame action. They did mulligan down to 5. Oh, no, they don't have a pregame action. They, might still mulligan. Down to 6, or down to 4 rather. Hopefully not for them, but I'm not going to complain if they do. Alright, they kept 5. Puts 2 cards on the bottom, and I'll pass in full. What are we playing against? Flooded Strand. Do you have a turn 1 Ragavan? He's a Ragavan. Unfortunate. Can't do much about that. Yep, Ragavan going to pilfer all the things I need. Ooh, there it is. So we are going to go red and pass. So next turn we can K-command the Ragavan, or we can Myco Spawn. I think I'm going to K-command, though. Though, if they don't play anything here, they could be holding up a Stubborn Denial that I need to be thoughtful of. Ragavan finds a Talisman. Rip. They could ramp a bit, I suppose, if they have nothing else to do. They can play the Talisman, then a Kavu. Thing is, they can play a Sign of Thraka right now, which is a bit problematic if that does land, because right now I don't have a Chrysalis. A Chrysalis off top would be pretty good, actually. Paying cost for treasure, talisman. Okay. And passing. So they could still have a Stubborn Denial up. A Devourer. Okay. So does that change my equation? We're going to attack an Emrakul. That's a guaranteed. Again, they could still have a Stubborn Denial in hand. So we need to play around that if we use the K command. But then we can kick a Myco Spawn next turn after getting rid of the Ragavan. And then devour, let's say, the Kavu that they play. So that would be the most tempting play, I think. Otherwise, we can Myco Spawn non-kick, try and use that as a blocker, but it dies to a Bolt of Flage, or... Yeah, I think we hold. We play around a Stubborn Denial. They fetch, we will K-command. Okay, in response. I'm going to ramp, I'm going to exile the Ragavan. And done. Ragavan down. And hold. So next turn we either have Mega Spawn kicked or a Devourer. There's a Triumph, so I'm going to guess they have a Sign of Draco in hand. Surprised they didn't just play a Sign of Draco last turn. I think that would have been right. Unless maybe they have a Leyline Binding instead. Nope, there's a Scion. Yeah, they should have played that last turn. Interesting. Alright, what else you got, if anything? Nothing else? Alright, we can get rid of the Triome. Rumble's pretty good, but they could have a Stubborn Denial. I think I will Verdant Catacomb fetch for a Stomping Ground Shock. That way if they, for some reason, Leyline Binding my Sprawl, it's not the end of the world. We can still have a red source for our Chrysalis. pick the Triome. To shrink the Kavu and no white source either. You have Consign main? That'd be wild if so. I guess they sometimes do run some number of Consign main. Sure enough, there it is. Do you give me the body or a trigger? I'm gonna guess you at least counter the kick trigger. 3, 4, 5. I kind of wish I held up a green source for this rumble. Alright, so they just give me the body. Annoying, but fine. We'll pass. And pass. Yeah, that talisman actually came in clutch that time with the consign. We'll take 4 down to 11. 2 cards in hand. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One short of Devour if they play a Kavu, but they do not. There's an Ice Till. Ice Till's interesting. This is green-red, so we need to go green-green. I guess, yeah, green-green. And Ice Till. Does Ice Till resolve? Verdant Catacomb trigger, mills a card. And there's a forest. I will play the forest, mill a card. A Templin Yard. Okay, this is looking promising for the Emrakul next turn. Rumble. You have a Stubborn Denial. There's a Stubborn Denial. Okay. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, I mean, we're looking pretty good right now. I will attack with the Myco. Try and keep our life totals level. 1 card in hand. I know full well about the Emrakul. Go to combat, swing for 4 down to 7. I will go down to a 6. Tribal Flames does put me into a difficult position, admittedly. 2 cards in hand. We still have our Surveil land we can make use of. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Can they get rid of the Ice Till? Hmm. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I mean, if they have a Leyline Binding, there is some thought to not fetching just yet. Just in case they do have it. So that way we get to our turn. End step. Yeah, don't think I'm going to fetch then. Draw. Chrysalis is pretty good. Temple. Mill a card. Stomping Grounds and Yard. So 4, 5, 6, or 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We would need another. Going down to 5 is a little bit risky, though, I think. I wonder if just playing the Chrysalis here might be correct. Red-green. Yield to all. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10, 11. Chrysalis hits board. We can play Stomping Ground tapped, mill. There's a Myco. In that case, I will attack and attack. So next turn we are set up for the Emrakul. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes. They could Leyline Binding the Writhing Chrysalis. And they do. Which means that I'm now in a bit of a tricky position, because a Bolt of Flage or a Tribal Flames kills me. Attack for 4. Down to 3. Do you have one of those 3 cards? Or one of those... Ah, damn. I was trying to play around it. I guess maybe if I would have played the Emrakul, they would have bindinged it, and at least then we would have survived the turn, even if they had the Bolt. But if they had the Flage, we likely still would have lost. I don't know. I wanted the Emrakul to resolve and stick on board. But maybe the Emrakul was the right call? I think I also would have had to go down. Goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think we had 8, 9, 10, 11. I think it would have had to fetch and shock as well. At least fetch. So it's possible that I would have also put myself down to 4 for lethal anyways. Alright. We will bring in Heat, Fade, and Nature's Claim. I will cut out the Ghost Quarter, Ice Till, Gemstone, and I think an Emrakul here, then run it back. Yeah, that was unfortunate. Yeah, because if we had to fetch shock down to 4 anyways, we were dead to the Sign of Draco. I don't think there's a way for me to do both the Chrysalis and the Emrakul that turn. No, I don't think. We had 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Unless we milled over... No, there's nothing that we can mill over that would give us enough types. So I don't know. I feel like maybe that was the right call. I guess we could have milled over a K return, theoretically. And if that happened, we would have gotten rid of the Sign of Draco. We would have been at 6 or 4. So still not in a great position. Binding would have hit board. Emrakul would have been off, and so we just would have been into an open board at that point, and at 1. Because they would have likely just bolted us on our end step unless they drew into the bolt, so hard to say. On the play for game 2, there's a Fade, there's Chrysalis. Chrysalis pretty good. I will keep. We're looking for another green source, of course. We're going to go Wooded Foothills Surveil. And the Fade will also be pretty nice for the Sign of Dracos. But Jugabog's kind of mid. Wooded Foothill, pass. And hold on until end step. Thundering Falls, Surveil, pause on end step. Keeps it on top. Wooded Foothills, fetch. Surveil land. Forest top. And draw. I'll play a forest, and I'll pass. And pass. So, at most they can play a Kavu. Would not like to play into Consign, so I'd love for them to tap out. But the thing about Zoop game 2, game 3 in this match, it plays much more like Control than it does like a mid-range deck. Because they just kind of sit back and hold Consigns if possible. And Ragavan will still allow them to hold up a Consign. Cavern of Souls. Well, now I'm tempted to sandbag a turn, right? Because we want the body on board. I think I have to, unfortunately. We'll play the Sanctum, and we'll pass. It's not preferable, but I think it's correct. Fetch. And looking like a Sign of Draco. Okay. They do keep up a blue mana. They can at least consign the trigger, but they won't be able to get rid of the body. Talisman. Do you want to play a Talisman again? That did help you out a lot last time, admittedly. Arena of Glory. Interesting. Paying cost for Talisman. And for Sign of Draco? Yes. So they could have both Consign and Stubborn Denial available. I think we start with Writhing Chrysalis, and then we can always end with a Fade. Get rid of Draco, their Talisman, and any treasures they have at that point. Tameo? Okay, perfect. So now we're guaranteed the Chrysalis. So, Counter Souls, name Eldrazi. I guess I should still. Just out of excess of caution. Chrysalis. Pass in full. Can't be countered. And we'll hold. Do you have a Leyline Binding? Ragavan does have First Strike, which is notable. Thankfully it doesn't have Trample since there's no Leyline of the Guild Pack, though. For now. Right now we have 7 for Emrakul, so we're currently still 6 short. They're going to haste something here. What are they hasting? This could be a Charmaw, which would get rid of our Cavern of Souls. Kavu. Okay. First Strike, Haste, and Trample. You're going to haste anything else out. Arid Mesa. Arid Mesa fetch. Down to 17. What else you got? Is it going to be another Kavu? Plains. Well, it kind of feels like a binding. Flage. Flage targets? At Chrysalis. We'll sack a spawn. Yield all. Okay. I mean, they probably don't attack with the Tameo. They probably attack with Scion, Ragavan, and Kavu. I think I probably block the Ragavan with a Spawn and let everything else through, unfortunately. Yeah, I was about to say, don't attack with the Tameo. That seems like a bad idea. The Kavu is still a bit of a troublesome card, though. We're Terra de Yar. They're trying to get Flage on board, it seems. The only downside of doing this is that I don't have 7 mana next turn. Right? Because, yeah, like I said, blocking the Scion feels wrong because if I'm going to just fade next turn anyways. Unfortunately, this has Trample, right? Yeah. So I think I take the 9 down to 8, as uncomfortable as it is. Sack, trigger, and we'll pass in full. Down to 8. Draw. Another Chrysalis. Oh, that changes the math now, doesn't it? In that case, I will cast another Chrysalis. And we'll hold the fade. Yield to all. And then we'll Bajuka Bog so we can get rid of the Flage. Alright, opponent. Well, now we have a Chrysalis army. It should bog up the board pretty well. Because this is a theoretical 6-7 and then a 4-5. You can block the Ragavan with a Spawn, block the Scion, block the Kavu. So they shouldn't be attacking unless they have something. And like I said, next turn I can fade 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Still short as far as Emrakul is concerned. Two cards in hand. Attacking all. Well, that's concerning on so many levels. Yeah, yield to all. So they could have a bolt for the Chrysalis, I suppose. Paying cost for Leyline Binding. What do you target? Imagine the big Chrysalis? Yes. So 1 card left in hand. Ugh, don't like that. So, how do we want to proceed? I can go to blocks. So, the problem is we take 5, we're dead to a bolt, right? I can mitigate 5 and go down to 4. The problem is the Kavu will stick on board. Yeah, the Kavu will stick on board. Then we fade next turn, get rid of the Scion, get rid of the Binding, so now we have another Chrysalis. I think I have to stay over 3, unfortunately. Well, actually, if I do this, I take 4. No, I take... Oh, that's awkward on so many levels. At the very least, we do this. Because I'd have to sacrifice both spawns, right? In order to avoid being at 3. So the question is whether or not they have a bolt in their hand right now. And even if they do, I think I have to do this and then sack both. Chrysalis will die. I'll take 4 down to 4. At least then we'll have another turn as a blocker. Yeah, I think that's correct. Before damage, I will sack 1, trigger. Always yield. Sack 2, trigger. Always yield. And then pass and full, take 4. Down to 4. So now we're still outside of bolt range, outside of flage range. We draw. Emrakul. I will imprint Emrakul. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright, opponent, do you have a Stubborn Denial? Fade from history. Unfortunately, I do not get a bear, which is actually kind of unfortunate now that I think about it. Do I just die regardless because I give them a bear? I think I do. Well, that sucks. Paying cost, yeah, the Stubborn Denial anyways. You draw a card. Okay, maybe not. Because I block. Yeah, I still die. I still die because I give him a bear. Shoot. Yep, that bear will kill me. So maybe I had to go down to 3. I think I had to go down to 3. I had to take the hit from the Kavu and risk it because at this point I just lose, right? I didn't account for the bear. I'll be real. That's so unfortunate. Because you block the Kavu, let me take 4. So I'm just dead. I'll do it again, yeah. Oh, pass. Shoot. Should have blocked the Ragavan, should have blocked the Scion, taken the 3, or taken the 5 down to 3. And then we had 2 blockers. We could have blocked the Kavu and the Ragavan, taking the 2 from the bear, gone down to 1, I guess. I mean, the binding just hosed me. Let's be real. The binding 1000% hosed me. Yep. And I die. Did. Draw a card. Nope. Would have liked to have seen it, but c'est la vie. Yeah, so I guess my only option was to go down to 3, block the Sign of Draco, block the Ragavan, take the 5 down to 3, and then we could have had a 4-5, a 2-3, and they would have had a Bear, Kavu, Tamio, Ragavan, right? We would have then had to have blocked the Kavu, blocked the Ragavan, taken 2 down to 1 if they attacked that way. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I mean, if we had gotten that turn and potentially drawn into a 7 value spell or a temple, we could have Emrakul'd. Now, that doesn't mean we'd necessarily be out of the woods, but it may have at least gotten us 1 more turn. Unfortunate, but it is what it is. We'll be back for round number 6. Alright, we're back for match 6 on the play for game 1. Well, that's an ugly hand. I have to mulligan that. There. Like, if this was a basic or a fetch or shock, then that'd be fine, but it's not mulligan. This is passable. We do need a 7-mana value spell off top to make this good, though. I will keep... What do I pitch, though? Lab? So we go Summon Grounds tapped. Lab, we find a 7-mana value spell into Rumble. Or do I pitch the Cavernous Souls? I think I'll pitch the Cavernous Soul. Let me miss out on Chrysalis and Ice Till, potentially. Do I pitch the K-Return? Opponent is supposedly either on... Is it? Actually, I think I can find out what they might be on. Hold on. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. Deck search. Arc. Bound Poppy. Here it is. Okay, so it is Affinity. Maybe the return might be worth it then to get rid of some early drones? As a thought, so maybe pitching the second lab is correct. Either that or the Cavern Souls, like I said. Nah, we'll pitch the Cavern Souls. Alright, run it back. Opponent mulligans down to 6. We'll play Stomping Grounds tapped. Looking for a 7-minute value spell off the top. We have 10 hits. Tapped. Bass. 10 hits or a Temple, so 14 hits. Yeah. Saga Trigger. Our game 1 against Affinity is always a little bit meh. EE. So Opal's online. Nope. Opal's no longer online. I mean, that still looks like a... Yeah, Bog. Still looks like a cap on turn 2 to me. Yeesh. Rumble. Oh, that's so brutal. I will grab the Windswept Teeth. Yes. And pass. And pray that you don't have a Kappa. I'd also like to get rid of that Saga, but I have no way to kick. I could Ghost Quarter it. Crypt, do you have a Kappa? Or are you just gonna make a big construct? Big construct will also be annoying. But it's more manageable by comparison. And drawing. Ice Still. Ice Still's nice. But you do have that Tormod's Crypt, which makes it a bit more annoying. We do have a lab. We could just Myco spawn. Could also make a spawn next turn for a fetch. I'm going to try and play an Ice Still. Fetch for a forest or a stomping ground. We'll go for a forest. Ice Still. Do you have a Metallic Rebuke? Wow, you let that resolve when I still had lands in yard. That's not mildly concerning or anything. We'll mill. Forest and yard, I will pass. You'll make 2 really big constructs. How big are these constructs? 6, 7, 8. Ooh. Do I have to block you? Maybe I should have went Mega Spawn for Ghost Quarter. The thing is, like, no matter what, this feels pretty freaking bad. So now you can haste 1, but you need a land in order to not have to tap 1. And there's the boots. You do have the land. So now this is 17. 17 damage. Yeah, I think we just have to take it. Right, 17 down to 2, down to 1. Yeah, Ghost Quartering was an option. Would have left them with 1 instead of 2. Would have made it a bit more palatable. End step. Do I want to fetch Surveil now? That Tormod's Crypt is a bit annoying, admittedly. Fetch down to 1. Surveil. Trigger. Mill Surveil. Gemstone. Surveil. Devour doesn't cut it to yard. We draw. You want to go or Tormod's Crypt now? Tormod's Crypt now. That's fine. Another Devourer. I will mill. Myco spawn. Tuck Devourer. I will kick the Myco spawn. Kick Spirebluff Canal. And what the hell do I want? I mean, we can Ghost Quarter them, but that's not really going to do too much. I'm going to have to block the Ice till... We could go Shifting Woodland, theoretically. We'll have not enough types in yard. Let's go Temple. There's, of course, I now would want Shifting Woodland. But Jukabog, target you. Mill. Land. And pass. And pass. Maybe you can haste another creature, I'm just dead. Oh, okay, that works too. Yeah, so maybe going the Ghost Quarter route would have been correct. The thing is, like, even that feels rough. You then have to send the Mega Spawn in front of it. We Ghost Quarter, it's going to get Tormod's Crypt when we cast the Ice Till. And then we're kind of just running on empty. But we die here regardless. Or as we go the opposite direction, we can then try and do something and ramp. Sink in the Stupor. Yeah, the sink was unfortunate. Nothing want the Fade. We want the Vexing Bauble. We want the Nature's Claim. Affinity on the play. So we cut the Ice Till package. We cut the Gemstone. We can cut the Bog since we haven't seen Emery. And we can run it back like this. We don't need the Unholy Heat now. Alright. On the play for game 2. Yeah, maybe the Bajukabog may have been right, but turn 1 Bauble here is looking pretty good. Let's start with Devourer, see what we find. Nature's Claim, Writhing Chrysalis, Rumble. Nature's Claim is also pretty nice, but I think we're going to want to go... Writhing Chrysalis would let us then ramp into K command. Rumble helps out with that too, though. Nature's Claim might be right for a Saga. We're gonna go Nature's Claim. Forest, Bauble, pass. And pass. Boots. Passing, draw. I will play Misty Rain, fetch, shock, and then rumble. There's Myco. Talisman. I'm gonna grab the Myco. I need a land though. And pass. And pass. This Bauble on 1 definitely will slow them down. Springleaf Drum. Pinnacle Emissary. Pass and full. I'm just gonna empty their hand, basically. Draw. A second Bauble ain't doing much here. Talisman. We could Nature's Claim Boots. But there is some thought to holding the Nature's Claim for a Kappa. I guess the question is, do we save it for a Kappa or try and stop a Kappa from hitting the board? Second Bauble's probably correct. We can always cycle it, worst comes to worst. Alright, we'll do that. Pass. Next turn, we're looking at a Myco. You have the Kappa. Thoughtcast, draw, so probably not. Perfect Springs, Bolt, Thoughtcast, draw. We'll at least take 3 here, down to 14. Draw, land, Imprint, Devourer, and pick a Myco spawn. I'm thinking at this point we're going to want Cavernous Souls to guarantee the bodies on board. 1, 2, 3. The only problem is we don't have anything to play, so I wonder if the Temple might be better in this specific instance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, Temple's gonna open up more options. We can crack a bauble to draw a card. We'll pass. Steam Vents. EE for 1 to crack the baubles. Yes. There's the Kappa. So we have enough mana for the Nature's Claim. We need 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. We'll draw a card here off the bauble. And draw. So now we can Nature's Claim on Kappa and pay the word cost. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can play a Talisman first. 1, 2, 3, 4, yes. So play the Talisman. And then the Nature's Claim. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. So Kappa down. We can't block, so we'll attack. And pass. Next turn we can go K command to dig. They might just EE here. Pinnacle Emissary. Attack for 3. Down to 11 we draw. Shifting Woodland. Comes into play untapped. And 1, 2. Yield all. And go to combat. Swing for 3 down to 12. Another Pinnacle Emissary. Thought Cache draws 2. Land tapped. Bauble triggers, yield all, makes more drones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Boots equip. So we're gonna hit 4 down to 7. This is fine-ish. We could K command it, draw a card, but I think the K command might be better for next turn. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You know what? No. Going to scry draw exile. We're going to play the Devour to get rid of the Pinnacle Emissary anyways. Finds a district, trigger, yield all. Trigger, yield all. Alright, and pass and full. Take 3 down to 7. Warp. Draw. Oh, I forgot that was warped. Shit. Surveil. Trigger. Lab to yard. Oh, well, this is a bit awkward. 5. They have 0 cards in hand, so I think it might be popping this bauble might be correct. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm gonna pop this bauble here. Draw a card. Oh, that did nothing. Alright. So, we'll just fire off the Devourer then. And go to combat, swing. I mean, it comes down to this now. They hit me for 6 as it stands. Draws a card. Land. Draws a card. Do I live? Passing. You can't block. Yeah, opponent scoops it up. We'll take it. Alright. That was a close one. Gemstone Cavern's back in. We'll cut him, Rumble, and run it back. I mean, the Nature's Claim was definitely nice. Though it did give him 4 life. Ugh. This hand's garbage. I will mulligan. This hand's more tolerable, but still not great. What do we want? I mean, off the top, I want a 7-mana value spell. What do we pitch? I suppose the Sprawl. Yeah, that's probably the best choice here. The hand's not great, but it's palatable. Canal, Opal, Ornithopter, Bauble, Boots, Thoughtcast, sure. And draw. Okay, so we got the Breaker. So, interesting question here. We could Nature's Claim the Opal, cut them short on mana. Right now they're at 5 for Kappa. I'm not sure if that's beneficial enough, though, versus just going for Nature's Claim on Kappa. I think I'm just going to hold the Nature's Claim. If they play a Saga, for example, I think we pop that then. We do have to play around Rebuke, admittedly. Yeah, Affinity basically being legacy level makes me wonder, like, what do legacy decks do about Affinity? Like, what tech do they have, or do they even care? Is legacy Affinity deck even something that you have to tech for? And do we have similar answers to it? Probably not, realistically. Yeah, I guess Null Rod is a card, isn't it? But Null Rod is not modern legal. So that doesn't stop Kappa, technically. Disruptor Flute. Yeah. What do you name? Fade from History? I feel like that's the only card that you would name here, right? What else would you name? Ice Still. Okay. We'll draw. Little does opponent know we cut Ice Still. I will Rumble. They don't have blue, so we don't have to worry about Rebuke. Emrakul. Emrakul's pretty tempting. That fade's unfortunate, though. We can take the Emrakul, play a Commercial District. I think we go that route. 2 types in yard. Play Commercial District, Surveil. Temple, you say. I'll put Temple on top. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Put that on top. And we will pass in full. Because that was a pretty lackluster turn from them last turn. EE for 0. And there's the Kappa. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boots. They'll attack for 5 or for 6. I'll take it and then go down to 3. The good news is I have the mana for the Nature's Claim again. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then Nature's Claim. If I go, just want to make sure I haven't, let's see, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 minus 4 would be 3, so I don't have enough to go Mycospawn plus. Now I could go non-kicked Mycospawn, right? If I go 2, 4, 6, 7, 7 minus 2, we could. I'm not sure if that's good enough right now. Oh, not to mention, Kappa is Ward 5. Hold up. Kappa's Ward 5. Let's keep that in mind, because, yep. Yeah. So in that case, we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Temple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Kappa down. So now we Nature's Claim. Yield all. Pay the 4. Then yes. Kappa down. And we'll pass. So next turn we kick the Mycospawn. Thank you, Nature's Claim. But unfortunately they could boots it, but here we are. Do you have another one? Blood Moon. Not the end of the world. Thank you, Talisman. But still could have been rough. Mishra's Bauble. Draw. Devourer. Play Cavernous Souls. We have only 5. So green. And yield all. Going for another green source probably makes sense here for Chrysalis. And also Fade. So I think we go Forest. And then pass. And pass. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, he's got to be effing joking me. There's a Hasty Kappa. The fact that it triggers itself pisses me off. Bob will target me. Like, why does it trigger itself to make itself uncounterable? That makes 0 sense. Can I just point that out? Like, not that it matters because they have the bobble, it's still. Fate or bust? Another 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess also, no, we don't have another Nature's Claim, so fate or bust. Draw? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Play a land. We'll pass and see if I can block. Land. Paying cost 4. EE trigger. Nope, no dice. It's always the second Kappa. Alright. 8 and dead. Yeah, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I guess this would actually have been 13. Yeah, if not for the Blood Moon, we could have played the Emrakul. That's so unfortunate. Alright. Well, that will be 2 losses. We're still not out of the running for top 8, but we'll be back for round number 7. Alright, and we're back for match number 7 on the play for game 1. I'll keep reveal trigger. Ghost Quarter World Breaker. I think we go World Break here because we can go turn 1 Forest, Sprawl Red, Lab, Tuck Devourer, Myco Spawn, Goat, and then Breaker. That seems right. We need a threat here. And red, and pass, and pass. Let's see what opponent's on. Swamp, Thoughtseize on one. Takes probably the Myco spawn. Yeah, that makes sense to me. So in that case, we'll pivot. We will Wooded Foothills for a Surveil and pass. Watery Grave, Shock for Frog. So what I need right now is a K return. Put a pause on end step. Wooded Foothill, Fetch, Surveil. Ice Till. It's okay. We'll put Ice Till at the top. We'll draw. So I'm thinking we tuck Breaker with Lab, leave the Devourer, play the Ice Till. There's the Ice Till. Play the Wooded Foothills, mill a card, always yield. There's a Temple. We'll pass in full. Next turn we have to Devour to deal with the Frog. Hopefully they don't reanimate an Archon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So yeah, we're good there. We can get rid of Frog next turn. Thought Scour targets self. Ooh, there's an Archon. Do you have a Persist? That is the question of the day. Float Frog, looking for either land or Persist. Attack for 1, down to 18. Pitch an Oculus as well. Criminy. Pitch another Archon. You're really hoping I don't have a Bajuka Bog, eh? And, okay, do you have a Persist? Blood Crypt, Shock, 13, and Persist. Fatal Push. Fetch. Kind of rude. Forest Mill. Gemstone. Push resolves. Paying cost 4. Unearth. On Ock would be my guess. Yes. So do we need to get rid of the Oculus now? Huh. And draw. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That Ice Till would have been nice, friend. I'm not gonna lie. So do we get rid of the Frog or the Ock? The Oculus will just continue to build value. But so will the Frog is the problem. At least they need to float it. Yeah, I don't like this no matter how I cut it. We'll pass in full. I mean, if they had the Persist, they would have went for the Persist. Let's be real. Blue Delta Fetch. Oh, Jesus. Well, friend, I think I'm dead. Yep. I is dead. Yep. Let's go to sideboard. So, Reanimator. We want Soulless Jailer. We want Grafter's Cage. I want Flute. I want Heat. I believe I cut the Ice Till package here. We cut the Gemstone. And then what else? Let's take a look at our sideboard guide. Where did I put it? There it is. Reanimator. So 2 ice tills, 2 K returns, right. Then run it back like this. Yes. Alrighty. Let's see what we can do. On the play for game 2. It's an early Chrysalis, potentially. Is that good enough? Maybe not. I will play Forest Sprawl for red. Right now, I'm not sure about Ground Seal versus Soulless Jailer and Cage. I think thing is Ground Seal is much more narrow by comparison. There's another Thoughtseize on one. Gotta be joking me. Thoughtseize is a good card. Who would have tunk? Draw. Commercial District, Surveil. There's our Jailer. We'll pass. And pass. I guess we're worried about them us resolving Jailer. We could... Nope, Frog. Okay, we're good. So, Jailer will resolve. Draw. Jailer. And Catacombs. I guess the one benefit of Ground Seal, right, is we don't have to play around Emperor Bones. Because Emperor Bones does play around Jailer and Grafdiggers, which is relevant, as we saw. So, that is a thought. Worldbreaker to Yard. Surveil. Land. Attack with Frog. I ain't blocking. Take your card. Interesting. Like, Hella's gonna block, but that's fine. Faithless Looting the Yard. Alright. And then end step. Verdant Catacomb fetch. Stomping Grounds tapped. And draw. Play Cavernous Souls, name Eldrazi. Utopia Sprawl is on red, double green. 3, 4, 5. Ugh. So I can't even go for the Worldbreaker yet. Alright, we'll pass. Hold on the off chance the breaker's relevant. I guess we could bring Breaker back, sack the Commercial District, and then pray for a Temple. That is a genuine consideration. We'll take a 2 down to 15. And that double Thoughtseize was rough. End step. But it's more likely that we draw into a 7-mana value spell than we draw into the temples. We're just going to draw. Draw. Hey, look at that. Love to see it. There's a Sire 7 Death. And pass in full. No attacks. End step. You should have cut your pushes. I say you're gonna push my freaking Jailer. You're gonna sink it. Oh no. I'm in danger. Alright, well, that sucks. Persist. Uh-huh. I'll take 3 down to 9. I'm dead on board unless I draw into what? I actually don't think I have any outs. I think I'm dead. I think I'm straight dead. Another frog. We draw. yeah, we're just dead. Well, that sink wouldn't have mattered if that was a ground seal or a soulless jailer. We just died to it getting sunk and then a persist. And unfortunately, no double colorless. Not that I think it would have mattered, right? Like, what do we try and find at that point? I guess at that point we'd try and find Unholy Heat, but even then the frogs kill me. Yeah. Yeah, I think it didn't really matter in the end. I will concede. Unfortunate. Alright. Well, I mean, a really solid start there. 4-0 going into round 5. And then a pretty unfortunate loss to Zoo. I think in game 1, I could have played a little bit differently into Affinity, maybe going for the Ghost Quarter. Could have given me another turn rather than trying to get both Ice Tilt and Myca Spawn on board at the same time. So I think that may have been correct. And then Reanimator, I mean, game 1 couldn't really done too much. Game 2, we had the Jailer, and they had the Sink the Stupor to bounce the Jailer, to play the Persist the Archon, to close it out. Everything looked pretty nice when we had the Sire on board alongside the Jailer, and they went, yeah, about that. Cute, but no. So that was a pretty brutal turn by opponent. But that will end us with a 4-3 record at the end of 7 tonight. Unfortunately, there ain't no shot we got in the top 8. This was our winning in, and unfortunately, we just barely missed it. But it do be like that sometimes. Sometimes you just do not get, or not necessarily that you don't get the right draws. Sometimes your opponent just draws better. And that is how it can be. But that being said, that there will be the end of tonight's YouTube video. As always, if you did enjoy it, please do consider hitting the like button, comment down below if you did see any lines that I missed, any mistakes that I made, or any general feedback, be much appreciated. For as much that I hope you all learn from me in both my successes and failures, I hope I can learn from you all as well. Last but not least, if you've reached the point in the video and haven't already, please do consider hitting the subscribe button as we continue to grow this channel. However, if you do want to watch these videos recorded live over on Twitch, you can watch me there Mondays through Thursdays at 10 p.m. CST and Fridays, Sundays at 8 p.m. CST for the weekend challenges. Though this weekend, I will be going live at 10 p.m. CST for our regular league. Otherwise, you can head over to my Patreon, where you can support me monetarily, as well as watch these videos watch these videos early and ad-free. That being said though, folks, I will see y'all next time. Bye-bye.